You have $500. You can spend it on a disposable digital device or secure a historically significant mechanical timepiece. Many collectors assume an in-house movement and genuine heritage require a multi-thousand-dollar Swiss budget. Japan's watchmaking industry emerged during the Meiji Restoration of the 1860s, a period of radical modernization. By the time Seiko was founded in 1881, these manufacturers were already installing rows of high-precision industrial tooling to standardize production. This rapid adoption allowed them to compress centuries of traditional horological development into a single generation. By 1969, that engineering outpaced the world. The release of the Seiko Quartz Astron introduced a level of accuracy that batteryless watches couldn't match. It triggered a decade of industry-wide insolvency for traditional Swiss brands, proving that Japanese innovation was the new global benchmark. That deep history of high-volume production means we can look past the modern retail display case. We are searching the secondary market for 5 legendary Japanese timepieces available right now for under $500. Navigating this market means assuming the risk of unserviced movements and amateur modifications. Success here is a function of disciplined research. Ownership of a high-end movement is available to anyone who knows exactly what they are looking at. The Seiko 5 Sports SNZF17 is the foundational entry point. For a first-time buyer, it represents the most predictable path into mechanical watchmaking. It follows a strict design philosophy: automatic winding, day-date display, water resistance, a recessed crown, and a durable case. The Caliber 7S36 inside is designed to run for decades with minimal maintenance. Reliability comes with a lack of refinement. You cannot manually wind the 7S36 with the crown, and the sweeping seconds hand does not stop when you set the time. It is a robust, straightforward engine. When verifying an example, the first detail to check is the geometry of the case. A genuine Seiko 5 Sports places the crown at the 4 o'clock position for comfort. Counterfeits almost always use a standard 3 o'clock placement. The Seiko 5 is an honest introduction to an automatic movement that is built to be used every day. The Orient Bambino version 1 offers an aesthetic counterpoint. It is designed specifically for formal wear and wardrobe optimization. Its design is defined by a domed crystal, a slim profile that slips under a cuff, and Orient's in-house F6724 movement, which allows for both hand winding and precise time setting. This elegance creates a physical vulnerability. That domed crystal is made of mineral glass, making it far more susceptible to scratches than modern flat sapphire. It also lacks structural sealing. A 30-meter water resistance rating means this watch should be kept away from heavy rain and sinks. The Bambino provides unmatched formal style at this price, but it demands to be treated as a delicate accessory rather than a daily tool. The Seiko SKX007 is an archetypal mechanical diver. Since its discontinuation in 2019, it has seen a significant and sustained climb in collector interest. It is a genuine instrument: 200 meters of water resistance, a unidirectional timing bezel, and a distinct cushion-shaped case built to withstand pressure. Older examples feature tritium dials that age into a warm cream color. This specific patina is what drives the current market value for original pieces. This popularity has flooded the market with Franken watches, pieces assembled from a mix of aftermarket dials and mismatched bezels. Authenticity is found in the metal. You must use a loupe to verify the specific reference numbers etched into the caseback, ensuring they match the production era of the dial. Securing a genuine SKX007 requires you to take on the burden of verification to ensure you are buying a real piece of diving history. The Citizen Bullhead is the most technically complex option in this bracket, representing the radical design language of the 1970s. The name comes from its architecture: the crown and chronograph pushers set at the top of the case like horns, rather than on the side. It houses the Caliber 8110A movement, an automatic chronograph built during an era when Citizen was competing directly with Swiss manufacturers for technical relevance. This chart compares initial cost against future maintenance. The Bullhead carries the highest risk. Complex overhauls can exceed the original price. Avoid examples with replaced pushers. Non-original components permanently destroy collector value. The Bullhead offers exceptional character, but it requires a strict budget for specialized maintenance. The Seiko Presage SKX055 is the definitive choice for those seeking high-end finishing. The dial is crafted from fired Arita porcelain. This centuries-old Japanese ceramic technique produces a depth and texture that industrial printing cannot replicate. It is powered by the 6R15 movement, which provides a 50-hour power reserve and allows for precise hand-winding and hacking. Ceramic is inherently brittle. The primary risk with this model is the development of hairline fractures within the porcelain itself. Inspect the high-stress zones, the extreme outer edges of the dial, and the central hole where the hands are mounted. Any visible cracking here is a disqualifying defect. The SKX055 offers dial artistry that rivals expensive Swiss equivalents, provided you handle it with the care required for a ceramic artifact. To find these pieces, you will use 3 platforms: eBay, Chrono24, and Yahoo Japan auctions. This matrix shows your options. Proxy services like Buy access Yahoo Japan for domestic inventory hidden from Western buyers, frequently at lower prices. If you prefer security, Western platforms like Chrono24 offer higher protections at a higher price. Your only leverage as a buyer is visibility. Never purchase without high-resolution photographs of the dial, crown, and caseback. The ability to walk away from a listing with poor documentation is your best defense against a bad investment. Use this decision tree to align your risk tolerance with the right profile. For pure reliability, start with the Seiko 5. For formal elegance, choose the Orient Bambino. The purist requiring a tool watch chooses the SKX007, while the collector seeking mechanical character accepts the complexity of the Citizen Bullhead. And the buyer focused on pure dial artistry chooses the fragile beauty of the SKX055. The value of these pieces is anchored in their engineering and history. When you choose correctly, you aren't just buying a watch, you're wearing a story that began a century ago.